What up, good people? Back with today's reflection. In today's reflection, I want to talk about how sometimes, we could be taught certain things growing up, and it could be the wrong thing. And sometimes it's difficult to distinguish or dispute when the people that you love, particularly your parents or your grandparents or your siblings or people around in your community, when they saying something wrong, and they believe that they're right, because you're looking at them, you love them, you want them to be right, especially as your parents. As your parents, they're your first teachers, but they also are your first heroes. Every child looks at their parents as their heroes because they save the day, they make everything happen. And so if that parent, is teaching you the wrong thing, you can be living your whole life in wrongness, thinking that you're right, because the person that you wanted to be right for so long and so much was teaching you wrong. And it brings me to the story of Saul, who later became Paul. I think a lot of times we look at that story and we only thinking about the goodness of God to be able to change somebody. Well, sometimes we look at ourselves and we see ourselves in that story, and we see God can change us no matter how dirty, how bad, how sinful we are, and that's good. We should look at ourselves in that story and understand that we can be changed no matter how bad we are. But also, I think we miss to be able to look at other people in that story. So you can be living your whole life wrong, and be stopped dead in your tracks and be told that you're wrong by a higher power, a higher source. And you have to make the decision at that moment. Do I continue to operate in wrongness? Or do I stop in my tracks and say, you know what? I want to be righteous. And a lot of us don't have that in us to understand that, it's okay to be wrong. It's not okay to stay wrong. When you know that you operating in wrong, work to get out of it. Work to change it. Work to correct it. It takes a lot of prayer. It takes a lot of reading the Bible. It takes a lot of getting rid of pride and ego. And we got to start having that same level of grace for others who we see, we may disagree with. So a lot of people, especially in my community, we have this problem with Trump or any Republican or anybody that disagrees with us. But it's a reason why God said, love your enemy. It's a reason why God said, pray for those who persecute you. It's a reason why God said, if somebody sue you, don't only just give them what they want, give them your jacket and everything else too. Because God